Have you noticed how the way you eat your food can be just as important as what you're eating? Hello there, and welcome to today's video where we're going to explore something that could genuinely change your health for the better. I'm so glad you've joined me today because what I'm about to share has helped thousands of seniors just like you transform their relationship with food and address those nagging health concerns that seem to come with age. Over the next few minutes, I'll show you specific ways to eat certain foods that can help with 10 common health problems many of us face as we get older. From digestion troubles to joint pain, sleep issues to memory concerns, we'll cover them all with practical, easy-to-follow advice. And please, make sure you watch all the way to the end, because health issue number 8 is something that affects nearly 70% of people over 60, yet most doctors rarely discuss the simple eating method that can dramatically improve it. If you find this information helpful, please hit that like button and subscribe to our channel for more practical health tips designed specifically for our generation. And I'd love to hear from you in the comments. Which health issue are you most concerned about? Let's get started on this journey to better health through smarter eating. Let's talk about digestion first, because it's at the heart of so many health concerns we face as we get older. Have you ever finished a meal only to feel bloated, uncomfortable, or even in pain afterward? You're definitely not alone. As we age, our digestive system naturally slows down, producing fewer enzymes that break down our food. But there's a simple eating method that can make all the difference. Instead of diving right into your meal, take a moment to truly chew each bite. Aim for 20 to 30 chews per mouthful. This might sound excessive, but proper chewing is your first line of defense against digestive troubles. When you thoroughly chew your food, you're actually doing half of your stomach's job for it. Your saliva contains powerful enzymes that begin breaking down carbohydrates right there in your mouth. Many seniors I've worked with noticed dramatic improvements in their digestion, reduced gas, and even better nutrient absorption just by slowing down and chewing properly. Another tip that works wonders is eating your fruits alone or on an empty stomach, particularly in the morning. Fruits digest quickly, usually within 20 to 30 minutes. But when mixed with other foods like proteins that take hours to digest, they can get trapped in your digestive tract, causing fermentation, gas, and bloating. Try having your fruit as a light breakfast or as a snack at least 30 minutes before a meal. I remember Martha, an 82-year-old from my community center, who struggled with constant bloating until she started having her apple in the morning instead of as an after-dinner treat. Within days, her discomfort disappeared. Now let's move on to joint pain, something that affects nearly 80% of us in our golden years. While many turn to medications, there's a powerful eating strategy that can provide significant relief. The key is to incorporate anti-inflammatory foods into your diet while paying attention to how you combine them. Turmeric has received a lot of attention for its anti-inflammatory properties. But did you know that it needs to be paired with black pepper and a small amount of healthy fat to be properly absorbed by your body? Try making a simple golden milk by warming a cup of milk, dairy or plant-based, and stirring in half a teaspoon of turmeric powder, a pinch of black pepper, and a teaspoon of coconut oil or ghee. Sip this warm beverage before bed, and many people report waking with noticeably less stiffness in their joints. My neighbor Richard had been struggling with knee pain for years and was considering surgery. But after adopting this evening ritual for 2 months, he was able to enjoy his garden again without constant discomfort. Another eating strategy for joint health is to spread your protein intake throughout the day rather than loading up at dinner. Your body can only efficiently use about 25-30 grams of protein at a time to maintain muscle mass, which is crucial for supporting your joints. Try incorporating protein-rich foods like eggs, Greek yogurt, or a small serving of fish into your breakfast and lunch. This steady supply of amino acids helps maintain the muscle tissue that supports your joints and improves mobility. Let's talk about a third common issue, poor sleep quality. Many of us struggle to get those precious 7 to 8 hours of restorative sleep, and how we eat plays a significant role. The timing of your meals can dramatically influence your sleep patterns. Try finishing your dinner at least 3 hours before bedtime to allow for proper digestion. When we lie down with a full stomach, our body continues working hard to digest rather than shifting into rest mode. If you find yourself hungry before bed, opt for a small snack that combines complex carbohydrates with a touch of protein, like half a banana with a tablespoon of almond butter or a small bowl of cherries with a few walnuts. These combinations naturally boost your body's production of melatonin, your sleep hormone. Avoid heavy proteins like steak or chicken at dinner, as they take much longer to digest and can disrupt your sleep. Instead, shift those heavier proteins to lunch when your digestive system is at its peak performance. I've seen remarkable transformations in sleep quality among seniors who make these simple adjustments. Clara, a 75-year-old insomniac who had relied on sleeping pills for decades, began moving her evening meal earlier and switching to lighter proteins like fish or lentils at dinner. Within weeks, she was falling asleep naturally and waking refreshed for the first time in years. Now, high blood pressure affects nearly 2/3 of adults over 60, and it's often called the silent killer because many people don't even know they have it. While medication is sometimes necessary, the way you eat certain foods can make a tremendous difference. Consider the timing of your salt intake. Consuming higher sodium foods earlier in the day gives your kidneys more time to process and eliminate excess sodium before bedtime. Many seniors find that simply shifting their saltier meals to breakfast or lunch rather than dinner can help keep their blood pressure more stable overnight. But even more important is balancing sodium with potassium-rich foods. Potassium helps your body eliminate sodium and relaxes blood vessel walls. Try eating a banana or a small baked potato with the skin, both excellent potassium sources, alongside any saltier foods. My friend Harold was struggling with his blood pressure for years despite medication. When he started intentionally pairing potassium-rich foods with his meals and shifted his saltier foods to earlier in the day, his doctor was amazed at the improvement in his readings within just 3 weeks. Something else that's proven remarkably effective is practicing mindful eating, particularly when it comes to high blood pressure. When we eat while stressed, watching television, or scrolling through our phones, our bodies remain in a heightened state of tension. This actually constricts blood vessels and raises blood pressure, even if you're eating healthy foods. Try creating a calm environment during meals. Turn off the TV, put away electronic devices, and take 3 deep breaths before starting your meal. Studies show that people who eat mindfully tend to have lower blood pressure readings regardless of what they eat. Let's talk about memory and brain health next. Many of us notice our memory isn't quite what it used to be, but the way we time certain foods can make a significant difference. Your brain requires a steady supply of glucose to function optimally, but the dramatic spikes and crashes from processed carbohydrates can actually impair cognitive function over time. Instead of having toast or cereal alone for breakfast, try adding a source of healthy fat and protein like avocado and eggs. This combination slows the absorption of glucose into your bloodstream, providing your brain with a steady stream of fuel rather than a rush followed by a crash. For better brain health, consider adopting what nutritionists call sequential eating. This means starting your meals with raw vegetables or a small salad, followed by protein and healthy fats, and ending with any starches or carbohydrates. This sequence dramatically reduces blood sugar spikes that can fog your thinking and damage delicate blood vessels in your brain. Margaret, who was becoming increasingly concerned about her forgetfulness, started following this sequential eating pattern and noticed she felt mentally sharper within just weeks. Certain foods are particularly powerful for brain health when eaten in specific combinations. Blueberries are often called brain berries because of their high antioxidant content, but their benefits are enhanced when paired with a small amount of healthy fat like walnuts or a spoonful of almond butter. The fat helps your body absorb the antioxidant compounds that protect brain cells. Try adding a handful of blueberries and walnuts to your morning yogurt or oatmeal. It's a simple brain-boosting combination that many seniors in our community swear has improved their mental clarity. Another common concern as we age is maintaining bone density and preventing osteoporosis. While calcium-rich foods are important, how and when you consume them matters tremendously. Did you know that your body can only absorb about 500 milliliters of calcium at once? That's why it's far more effective to spread your calcium intake throughout the day, rather than consuming it all at one meal. Instead of having a large serving of dairy at dinner, try incorporating smaller amounts into each meal and snack. Also, vitamin D is absolutely essential for calcium absorption, yet many seniors are deficient. While supplements can help, our bodies naturally produce vitamin D when our skin is exposed to sunlight. Try having your calcium-rich foods within an hour of spending time outdoors. Even just 15 minutes of morning sunshine while enjoying a cup of yogurt can significantly improve calcium absorption compared to eating the same yogurt indoors in the evening. My sister-in-law Jean was diagnosed with early osteopenia, but after adopting this simple habit of timing her calcium-rich foods with her morning garden time, her bone density actually improved at her next checkup. Weight management becomes more challenging as we age, but there's a simple eating strategy that many seniors find makes a tremendous difference without requiring strict diets. It's called the protein-first approach. Before consuming the carbohydrates on your plate, eat the protein portion first. This triggers hormones that help regulate your appetite and blood sugar, often resulting in naturally eating less without feeling deprived. It's not about restriction, it's simply changing the order in which you eat the foods already on your plate. Now, immunity becomes increasingly important as we age, with our immune systems naturally weakening over time. The good news? A simple approach to eating can significantly boost your body's natural defenses. Consuming probiotic-rich foods like yogurt, kefir, or sauerkraut at the beginning of your meal primes your digestive tract with beneficial bacteria before other foods arrive. These friendly microbes not only aid digestion, but form a crucial part of your immune system's first line of defense. Even more effective is pairing these probiotic foods with prebiotic fiber, the food that nourishes those beneficial bacteria. Starting your dinner with a small side of sauerkraut, followed by a fiber-rich vegetable like asparagus or Jerusalem artichokes, creates the perfect environment for your gut's immune-supporting bacteria to thrive. My cousin Edward had suffered through 3 serious respiratory infections in one winter before adopting this simple practice. The following year, while everyone around him battled colds and flu, he remained remarkably healthy. Another immunity booster comes from properly preparing certain vegetables. Cruciferous vegetables like broccoli, cauliflower, and cabbage contain cancer-fighting compounds that are activated through chopping or crushing. Instead of cooking these vegetables whole, chop them finely and allow them to sit for 10-15 minutes before cooking. This simple step triggers an enzymatic reaction that maximizes their immune-supporting properties. When these properly prepared vegetables are consumed regularly, many seniors report fewer illnesses and quicker recovery when they do get sick. Shifting to heart health, a concern for nearly all of us as we age, the timing of heart-healthy fats makes a significant difference in their effectiveness. Omega-3 fatty acids found in foods like salmon, walnuts, and flax seeds are powerful anti-inflammatory agents that support cardiovascular health. However, these delicate fats are highly susceptible to oxidation, which diminishes their benefits. Consuming them earlier in the day, when your body's antioxidant defenses are naturally stronger, maximizes their protective effects. A heart-healthy eating pattern that's proven remarkably effective involves consuming most of your daily fat intake before 2 p.m. Your body naturally processes fats more efficiently during daylight hours, thanks to circadian rhythms that regulate digestive enzymes. Frank, who had struggled with high cholesterol for decades, started having his olive oil, avocado, and nuts during breakfast and lunch, saving his evening meal for lighter fare centered around vegetables and lean protein. Within 3 months, his cardiologist was astonished by the improvement in his lipid profile. Vision problems become increasingly common as we age, but certain eating strategies can help protect your precious eyesight. The carotenoids lutein and zeaxanthin act as natural sunglasses for your retina, filtering harmful blue light and reducing the risk of macular degeneration. These compounds are found in dark leafy greens, yellow peppers, and egg yolks. But here's the crucial part. They're fat-soluble, meaning they need to be consumed with healthy fats to be properly absorbed. A simple approach is adding a drizzle of olive oil to your spinach salad, or enjoying your morning eggs with sautéed kale. The combination dramatically increases your body's ability to utilize these vision-protecting nutrients. Dorothy had been worried about her gradually worsening eyesight for years. After adopting this simple pairing principle at her meals, not only did her vision stabilize, but her ophthalmologist noted improved macular health at her yearly checkup. Constipation affects nearly 40% of older adults, sometimes becoming a daily struggle. While fiber intake is commonly recommended, how you introduce fiber matters tremendously. Adding too much fiber too quickly can actually worsen symptoms. The gentler approach is to gradually increase fiber intake by about 5 grams every 3 days, giving your digestive system time to adjust. Equally important is consuming fiber with adequate hydration. At least 8 ounces of water with every fiber-rich meal or snack. For those struggling with regularity, try the warm start method, beginning each day with a glass of warm water with lemon. The combination of warmth and gentle acidity stimulates peristalsis, the wave-like contractions that move food through your digestive tract. Following this with a fiber-rich breakfast about 30 minutes later often establishes a comfortable, natural rhythm. George had been relying on laxatives for years until adopting this simple morning ritual. Within weeks, his body developed a natural pattern, freeing him from the discomfort and dependence on medications that had dominated his daily routine. Chronic inflammation is something many of us struggle with as we age, often not even realizing it's the underlying cause of so many health problems. It's like having a slow-burning fire inside that never quite goes out. The good news is that certain eating patterns can dramatically reduce inflammation throughout your body. Try adopting what nutritionists call the rainbow plate approach. Aim to include at least 3 different colored foods at each meal. Different colored fruits and vegetables contain different anti-inflammatory compounds, and the synergistic effect when eaten together is far more powerful than consuming them separately. I've found that the timing of when you eat these colorful foods matters tremendously as well. Consider front-loading your day with your most vibrant, antioxidant-rich foods. Your body's inflammatory response naturally peaks in the morning hours, making this the optimal time to consume those powerful anti-inflammatory foods. Dorothy, who suffered from chronic joint pain for decades, started having her berries, leafy greens, and turmeric tea first thing in the morning, rather than scattered throughout the day. Within just 3 weeks, she reported waking with significantly less stiffness and being able to garden again without constant discomfort. Another eating strategy that works wonders for inflammation is practicing intermittent fasting, but with a gentle approach appropriate for our age group. Rather than following strict 16-hour fasts that younger folks might attempt, try simply extending your overnight fast to 12-14 hours. For instance, if you finish dinner at 7 p.m., wait until at least 7 a.m. the next morning to have breakfast. This natural fasting window gives your digestive system valuable time to rest and reduces inflammatory markers throughout your body. When you do break your fast, break it gently with easily digestible foods rather than heavy proteins or fats. A small bowl of stewed apples with cinnamon or a cup of vegetable broth can ease your digestive system back to work gradually. Now let's address a concern that affects nearly 80% of seniors, yet is rarely discussed openly: acid reflux and heartburn. The burning sensation, that uncomfortable pressure in your chest after eating it, can truly diminish your enjoyment of life. While many turn to medications, the way you sequence your foods can make a tremendous difference. Try drinking apple cider vinegar before meals. Just 1 teaspoon in a small glass of water, about 15 minutes before eating. This may seem counterintuitive since vinegar is acidic, but it actually helps stimulate your stomach's natural acid production in advance, preparing it for the incoming meal. Additionally, eating your meals in a specific sequence can dramatically reduce reflux episodes. Begin with non-starchy vegetables, followed by proteins, and save any starches or fruits for last. This sequence ensures optimal stomach acid levels throughout your meal. Robert, who had relied on acid-blocking medications for over a decade, was able to reduce his dependency after adopting this simple eating sequence. He found that his most problematic foods, tomatoes and citrus, could be enjoyed without discomfort when consumed at the end of his meal rather than the beginning. Urinary tract health becomes increasingly important as we age, particularly for women. Rather than rushing to antibiotics at the first sign of discomfort, consider how timing your fluid intake can maintain urinary tract health. Instead of drinking large amounts at once, which can actually irritate the bladder lining, sip water consistently throughout the day. Even more effective is consuming water-rich foods alongside your fluids. Cucumber, celery and watermelon contain structured water that's more easily absorbed by your tissues and provides longer-lasting hydration to your urinary tract. The interaction between certain foods also makes a tremendous difference. Cranberry is well known for urinary health, but its benefits are enhanced when consumed with vitamin C-rich foods. Try having your morning cranberry juice alongside a kiwi or strawberries. The combination creates a powerful environment where harmful bacteria simply cannot thrive. Margaret had suffered from recurrent UTIs for years until she started having her cranberry juice with breakfast instead of dinner and paired it with vitamin C-rich foods. Within months, her recurring infections had all but disappeared. For those struggling with skin health, another issue that becomes more pronounced with age, the timing of certain nutrients can make all the difference between dull, dry skin and a vibrant, youthful glow. Collagen production naturally declines as we age, but consuming protein-rich foods early in the day provides your body with the essential amino acids needed for skin repair when your skin cells are most actively regenerating. William, who had always struggled with thin, easily damaged skin, began prioritizing protein at breakfast: eggs, Greek yogurt, or a small serving of fish. And within just 2 months, friends were commenting on the visible improvement in his skin's elasticity and resilience. My dear friends, I hope you found these simple eating strategies to be as transformative as I have in my own life. Remember, it's not just about what we eat, but how and when we consume our foods that can make all the difference in our health and well-being. Whether it's chewing thoroughly for better digestion, timing your protein intake for stronger joints, or creating that rainbow plate to fight inflammation, these small adjustments require minimal effort, yet yield remarkable results. The beauty of these approaches is that they don't require expensive supplements or restrictive diets. They're gentle, natural ways to work with your body's wisdom rather than against it. And isn't that what healthy aging should be about? Working in harmony with the incredible systems we've been given. I'd love to hear which of these strategies you plan to try first, or if you've already experienced benefits from any of these eating methods. Please share your thoughts in the comments below. Your experience might be exactly what someone else needs to hear to take that first step toward better health. If you found this information valuable, please hit that like button and subscribe to our channel for more practical wisdom on living your healthiest, most vibrant life in these golden years. Until next time, Here's to your health.